Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Anti Pharmacist Podcast. I hope you had a nice weekend. Mine was quite eventful. Thank you for coming back to listen to this podcast. I know you've been getting value, and I promise you that I'll keep giving you that value. All right. So, today I'll be talking about proper dosing of medications, the hows and whys. I know I've talked about medications a lot on this podcast. How you should take them, how not to take them, what you should take them with, what you shouldn't take them with, But I want to go a little in depth into dosage, okay? Because if you buy a medication and you do not dose it well, it's like you're just wasting your money, your time, and your energy. You will not get the greatest advantage from that medication. So I just want to break it down for you, all right? So that when next you buy your medication, you use it well in the best way possible for you to get the best out of that medication and for your condition to be totally treated. So let's get right into it. What is dosing or dosage? It is simply how you should take your medication. The time interval of your medication or the appropriate time of the day in which you should take your medication, okay? There are many instructions that come with medications. I've talked about what you should take it with, what you should not take it with. There are some that you take with food, without food. I've mentioned that. I have episodes on that. So you can go back and listen to with or without food. That's to tell you the medications that you can take with food, others that you can take without food, others that you can take irrespective of food. I have explained them there, okay? The time of day that you should take it. There are medications that you should take only in the mornings. The likes of diuretics. Okay? If you are taking diuretics, those medications that they use for high blood pressure, for heart failure in some cases, that will make you urinate several times daily. They remove excess water from your body. You should take them in the mornings when you're active, you're able to go to toilet easily without it disturbing much of your activities, okay? Unlike at night when you just be waking up to go and pee all the time, it could even affect your sleep pattern, it could affect your blood pressure. So you should take those in the morning. But there are times that you have to take them more than once in a day. Sometimes you take them in the morning and at night. Sometimes you take them 3 times daily, depending on the therapeutic objective. If you have to take diuretics at night, the latest time you should take them should be 6 p.m. Okay, so that at least you have time to go to toilet before you go to bed. You understand? Because if you take them too close to bedtime, like I said, they will disturb your sleep. All right. There are medications that work best at night because they have to be metabolized slowly for them to elicit their action. All right. And in the daytime, you're very active, your metabolism is faster. They might be excreted faster in the body before they're able to do what they ought to do. So the likes of HMG-CoA reductase inhibitors, those are anticholesterol medications like your atorvastatin, your rosuvastatin, your simvastatin. They should be taken at night because they work better. Okay, there's some antihypertensives too that have been found to work better at night. I've talked about those two in another episode. Proper timing of medications. I think that's the title of the episode. So please go listen to them. This is just like a reminder, a refresher course for you. There are rules to taking medications, all right? Just like every other thing in this life, there are rules. If you do not follow the rules, you may not get the result that you require. So there are three major rules for taking your medications. Number one, read the directions on the label. And if you're unclear about anything, ask your healthcare provider if you don't understand it. Or if they explain to you and you don't understand, you can tell them to repeat themselves. Okay? I'm sure that it will not offend them. You're just trying to understand the medication you're taking. I'm sure they will even appreciate it instead of you just going home and assuming, all right? So ask them how much you should take and when. They will explain. I assure you. Number two, never skip taking your prescription medicine. Don't skip your doses. Do not try as much as possible not to. Okay, before you stop taking your medication, let your healthcare provider know. Talk to them. Don't stop your medication on your own. That is part of drug abuse. Just stopping your medication halfway because I'm tired of it, or I feel much better than yesterday. I don't think I need it anymore. Take it for the number of days it was prescribed for. There's a reason for it. I always say this. And the third thing is only take the suggested dose. Don't take more, don't take less. Don't say, oh, I took two yesterday. I felt so drowsy. Let me take one today. Maybe I will not feel so drowsy or tired. Or let me take three. I think I felt very good when I took two yesterday. Let me take three now so that I even feel much better. Please do not do it. And let me just chip this in about strength of medications, okay? 500 milligrams of paracetamol is different from 500 milligrams of amoxicillin. So also is it different from 5 milligrams of loratadine. So you can't compare medications directly like that because these are different molecules, different moieties. So if we tell you that an adult ought to take 1 gram, that is 1000 milligram, two 500 milligram tablets of paracetamol, and 500 milligrams of amoxicillin. Don't say, and Shebi is the same adult. If I can take 1000 milligram of paracetamol, why can't I take 1000 milligram of amoxicillin? Is it not still three times daily that we take both? Please, no. There are reasons for this, okay? Like I told you, there are different molecules, different moieties. They do different things in the body. Then 5 milligrams of loratadine. Don't look at it that, just 5 milligrams when I'm not a baby. No, they have different functions. Their potencies are different. Please bear that in mind. So don't go and self-medicate and give yourself overdose. Another thing is that the same medication can be taken in different ways. Like there are many dosages for the same medication depending on what you're treating. A good example is your amoxicillin. You use 500 milligrams every 8 hours for most bacterial infections. But if you're treating H. pylori infection, which causes ulcer, you have to take 1 gram every 12 hours. You see, there is a difference. So please don't say, maybe I've taken this medication before. They said I should take two every 8 hours before. Now they are saying I should take two once daily. What's happening? Maybe the person made a mistake. Let me just go and take it the way I know. No, that is why you should ask questions. Do you understand? Because the same medication can be taken in several ways. A medication does not always treat just one condition. And I've told you severally on this podcast that medications are also dosed based on disease conditions, based on age, based on weight. So please always ask questions. That's the first thing, is the most important. That's why it's the number one point on tips to use your medication. Then I've heard adults say that, oh, it's only children that take syrups. That's not true. Syrups are meant for adults too. The dosing might be different. The number of meals you have to take, that is the volume, might be different. There are even some adults that can take syrups, suspensions, if they cannot swallow. Like I said, we'll change the dosing, the dosage, the volume. Do you understand? There are peculiar situations like that. So don't think, oh, syrups and suspensions are only for children. No, there are some that adults can take. All right. Now, everyone knows that there are 24 hours in a day. So, a lot of people make that mistake when you go get your medication and we say take it three times daily. You think it's just any time of the day, maybe it's three times daily. Although no pharmacist or healthcare provider will just tell you that and just let you off. They will explain further that three times a day means every 8 hours, twice daily, every 12 hours, because you have to divide 24 hours by two, right? Yes. If they say once daily, you have to go further and ask what time of the day. It could be in the morning, it could be at night. After you've listened, after you've read instructions, if you do not understand anything, please ask. It is your right to know why you're taking the medication the way you're asked to take it. So nobody should be angry with you that you're asking questions. They should be happy to reply you and make you understand that it's because of the blood level that has to be reached. It's because of the steady state plasma concentration that has to be achieved. I've talked along that line on this podcast a while back. The science of it, all right, why you should take your medications appropriately. But now I want to really go into the dosage, like I said. So, like the example I just cited, if we tell you take your medication every 8 hours, please, if you have to set your alarm, do it. If you have to set a reminder, do it. Make sure that it's every 8 hours, or at worst, every 6 hours, because that medication has to get to a particular level in your body for it to elicit its action. If you extend beyond the time you're supposed to take it, the blood level would have become low. It will be like you are starting it all over again. Okay. You see, the idea of 8 hourly, 6 hourly, 4 hourly in some cases is actually to give you the chance to decide the best time to take it by yourself. Hardly will you see medications in which we say you must take it by 2 p.m., you must take it by 4 p.m., you must take it by 8 p.m., you must take it by whatever time. Do you understand? Except you've agreed, of course, with your healthcare provider, maybe your doctor or your pharmacist, except you discussed it when you will have that time. Do you understand? When we say every 8 hours, it doesn't have to be the same 8 hours as the next patient. I hope you understand what I'm saying. So you have to choose a convenient time by yourself from where you'll be counting your 8 hours. For example, you have to take your paracetamol every 8 hours. You can decide to take the first dose by 8 a.m. in the morning. You know that the next one is by 4 p.m. in the evening, and the last dose is by what time? By 12 a.m. That's every 8 hours. But if you're somebody that sleeps early and wakes up early, okay, you're an early bird, that dosage may not work for you because that is more for a night owl, taking it by 12 a.m. And sometimes you might not be able to get up from bed, just to take medications. So you can shift it forward a bit. Oh, I go to bed by 10 p.m. Okay, that means my morning dosage will start by 6 a.m. I get up early so I can take a slice of bread with tea first, have something in my stomach in the morning before I get out of the house. I take my 2 tablets of paracetamol by 6 a.m. or latest 6:30. The next one, the next 8 hours should be around 2 p.m., right? So that the last 8 hours will be 10 p.m. Do you understand? So that is how you can plan your dosing. Drug dosage requires planning, okay? It's something that you have to really be intentional about. That's why the vocabulary we use, the term we use, has shifted from compliance to adherence. We want you to adhere because it's like an agreement between you and the healthcare provider how you should take your medication. It's not just an instruction that, oh yeah, go and take it like this and it must be like that. We'll talk. Do you understand? We'll agree in most cases that okay, this drug is to be taken 8 hourly. If you're curious as to why, you can go for that and ask. The healthcare provider will explain, oh, this is why, so that it can work better. It works best this time of day, it works best at this interval for this particular indication. This is how it is used, and all of that. Okay, now you understand. Now you can run with the vision, so to speak. Oh, now I know why I have to take it this way. Even that helps you to not forget. It's like it's a project we are all working on to make you better. You will be invested in it as well, even though you are the first recipient of the advantage. And the healthcare provider is the next recipient because then we are happy that okay, your medication has done the work we wanted it to do, your condition has improved. Do you understand? So intentionality really matters. That is why that time interval is what you should understand and stick with. Don't just see it as this person is just telling me to go and take this at what time and what time. Please, I don't have time. Do you understand? Also, if you're on a medication that will extend for a while, maybe for a chronic condition or for maybe 2, 3 weeks, okay, and you are not buoyant enough, you don't have enough money to buy everything at once. So you promise that, oh, I'll come back for another sachet or two. Please bear it in mind as you are going, you just go and find a way to get that money and put it aside if you can. Make sure that you get your medication before you exhaust the one with you, or else work done will be zero. Do you understand? Like, okay, I know that this medication will finish in 2 days and I have to continue taking it for another 2 weeks, but I just got the money. Please find a way to get that medication today if you can, and at latest tomorrow, so that you have at least one more dose with you of the old one and you would have gotten the new one. I hope you understand what I'm saying. If you take it once daily, for example, you have 2 tablets left. Get the other sachets today. Do you get? Because so that you don't forget, oh, you are taking it twice daily. When there are 2 doses left, you should have gotten another one. That is, you should have bought it yesterday. I hope you understand. Just say, "Ah, I don't have money." When it finishes, I will now start looking for money to buy it. You have defeated the aim of the treatment. Please, that's another thing you should bear in mind. All right. This all still has to do with your dosage of medications. So you might wonder, what if I skip the dose of my medication? Not to worry, okay? I'll be talking about that on Friday. Skip doses and what to do. Yeah, I think that's what I want to talk about today. I hope you got value today. Well, I know you did. Please do not forget. Listen to these episodes, share them, subscribe, follow the podcast. Guys, I need you now more than ever, okay? Help me grow this podcast. I beg you. Follow me on socials. I know I've not been posting a lot lately. Like I said, life gets in the way. I've been busy with other things, okay? But that doesn't mean this is not my priority too. It is, okay? It's on my list and I'm working on it. So please follow me. Once I share this post, like them, engage them, listen to the podcast. It's on Apple Podcast, on YouTube Music, it's on Spotify as well. Comment, give me your recommendations. Reach out to me via mail if you like. Antipharmacistpodcast at gmail.com is the address. Please, please, please continue to support your girl. I really appreciate it, okay? Thank you so much for listening. Till next time, stay healthy and God bless you.